What is going on, Wastelanders? It is me, the Lone Vault Wanderer, with a Fallout 4 discussion video. So this topic was discussed by Maddie and I in the failed attempt to record this week's podcast. His Shadowplay stuffed up, I don't know why. But anyways, we talked about the topic of Fallout 4's DLC, and specifically where the DLC should go. You know, where should it be set, what kinds of content should it cover, things like that. And I raised the suggestion that maybe Fallout 4's first DLC should expand the main game, the base game of Fallout 4. I know when we think of DLC in general, we think of taking us to new locations with new quests, their deviations from the main game, things like that. But I'm thinking, well, what if the first DLC actually just expanded the main base vanilla game? One of the big things that people have been talking about recently is how Fallout 4 has a lack of pure side quests, and there's a comparison of Fallout 4 to Skyrim, and Skyrim just has a shit ton more side quests. Now, I'm not saying quantity is better than quality, and I can't necessarily talk about how good Skyrim's side quests are because I haven't played that game in full to be able to give a good opinion on that. But at the very least, maybe there is an argument to say, well, Fallout 4 could have stood to have had a bit more side quests, so that when people are actually playing the game, they feel that there is a lot to do. Because another main concern that I've been seeing, and again, it's in a comparison to Skyrim, is that, well, Fallout 4 took about a little over 100 hours for me to complete, whereas Skyrim took around 150 hours pre-DLC. And a big reason for that, of course, was because there is a lot of side quests in that game. So this is why I'm making this video. How would you feel if Bethesda in their first DLC, it could be a later DLC, but we'll stick with first for now, were to just really bolster the main base game in Fallout 4 with more side quests, with more things to do, with more things to discover, whether unmarked quests, whatever it can be. We're still working within the same parameters of the map and Boston as it is now. That's fine, and there is a lot to explore. The map is huge, but I guess the point that I'm trying to make is, well, how would you feel if the very first DLC were to just expand upon that and add more things, particularly in the realm of questing and side quests? But more quests could also be added to factions, for example. So there's a lot more Brotherhood quests or Railroad quests, things like that. Or the alternative is, would you like to see the first DLC for Fallout 4 do something similar to The Pit or to Lonesome Road, where we are completely taken away from Boston and experience something very, very different? And a really great way to be able to do that is the Memory Den. We could easily, explore the memories of Nick Valentine, for example. Who knows? There are so many different things that we can do, and the Memory Den is definitely a great place to be able to explore different locations in the Fallout world. So I really want to get your thoughts on this particular issue. For me personally, I would actually like to see the main game expanded a bit more. And a lot of people might argue, well, why should we be paying more for the main game when it probably should have been included in it already? And that is a valid point. But you can't deny that Fallout 4 is value for money. You're getting well over 100 hours of gameplay pre-DLC as the game currently stands, and that is much more than compared to other video games nowadays. So I would love to know your thoughts, Wastelanders. Please put them in the comments below. And until next time, this has been the Lone Vault Wanderer. Please take care of yourself, and as always, keep fighting the good fight.